Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I'm Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas on Twitter, joined by Ralph Michaels at Cal Sports LV. Make sure you guys are giving him a nice follow. All of the trends and angles from Ralph. We'll get to that at the end of the video. We're still previewing the AFC East. Now we have to talk about the New York Jets, where I hope they fail miserably because I'm still mad at Le'Veon Bell last year for ruining my fantasy football team. I know Marco's over there in the corner laughing because he wanted to run across and shout something obscene and then let you start. So,
oh, those Steelers fans.
I know, right? It's always fun, though. Okay, so Adam Gase, basically, it's very weird to me that he's at New York. But, okay, so he goes to Miami. Now he's in New York. So he knows the AFC East. He's got Sam Darnold, second-year quarterback, which is always interesting dynamic to me. And I'm sure you don't have a trend on it because I didn't ask you to bring one. But whenever defensive coordinators have an entire year's worth of tape on a guy, it always makes me leery. And their season win total is 7.5, which I feel like is kind of high for this New York Jets team. Again, I understand they had some nice pickups, but I'm still not sold on them.
Well, you said Adam Gase knows the AFC East, but the AFC East also knows Adam Gase. So, you know, it works both ways.
I mean, you did mention that in the Miami Dolphins video, that it was a positive that he is no longer their head coach.
You know, in the last video, we talked about left-handed relievers and washed-up quarterbacks. Well, let's see. You take over a Miami team 3 years ago, and you take over a good team and you get to the playoffs. So then you go 7-9, 6-10, you get fired, and then you get the Jets job, and then you get the Jets GM fired. So basically you're running the whole Jets organization. So, I don't get it. You know, he took over a situation, cuts a first-round draft choice in Darren Lee, or trades him, you know, for a sixth-round pick, cuts Jordan Leggett. And if you're the Jets and you're cutting a player, and 5 or 6 teams put in a waiver request to get that team, okay, you did something wrong.
Correct.
I mean, if that many teams are jumping on the players that you don't want on your team, then there's an issue there. You know, yes, Le'Veon Bell is going to get 1,000 yards, but if he has 300 carries, that's 3.3 yards per carry. That really doesn't help.
Right.
The O-line, you know, we'll see what happens with the O-line. The thing I can say about Sam Darnold is this. He was the youngest quarterback in the NFL to start a game last year. So you have some time to mature and to move up. The Adam Gase offense will be much more like the USC offense, a big positive for Sam Darnold this year. And you look in December, he had a 6-1 ratio. Another positive that he finished the season strong, whereas Josh Allen finished the season weak. Him and Baker Mayfield were on the plus side to finish the season. So a positive moving forward. Their average line is only 1.6, plus 1.6. They're favored in 3 games. They're a pick'em in 2 games. And they have a 10-game schedule this year with the line between 3.5.
Wow.
So you don't turn the ball over and you play well, you're going to win a lot of those games. You turn the ball over and make mistakes, you're going to lose a lot of those games. So the Jets are the big question mark. What can they do in this situation? Second-year quarterbacks, you know, we really don't have that much to know about second-year quarterbacks because it's such a newness to the NFL. How many rookies have started like we've had the last few years?
Right.
Again, that hasn't happened. Mahomes was a second-year player. Other young quarterbacks were second-year players. So we're just now going to start seeing what happens in the second year when teams start as a rookie. But, you know, they were number 29 in points per game, number 29 in yards per game diff last year. That means they got a big way to improve. And I think this line is inflated. Vegas knows they're going to get a lot of Jets money.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I feel like they have to know they're going to get a ton of Jets money.
And I just think the number's too high for what they have. And with the train wreck already that's been there, I just could not bet the over. If they go over, it wouldn't surprise me. But no way with my money could I bet over with Adam Gase there in that situation that's already in turmoil. So what type of GM is going to walk into that situation and say, I'm going to be the GM here, and the coach might have more pull than me?
Hey, you're making a lot of sense to me. All right, I'll let you finish with some TNA.
Jets are 2-13 against the spread against a non-division foe if they're off a loss in a game they scored first. So in a disappointing game, they scored first, had the lead, they lost. In the next game, 2-13 against the spread.
Ooh. All right, guys, don't forget, any 5% best bet at WagerTalk is backed by 150% wager buck guarantee, where you will get 150% back of the purchase price in credit to use on WagerTalk.com.